Raiders and the Broncos. Here's a fun one, guys. Yay, Raiders and the Broncos. So as we sit right now, it is 3 at DraftKings in favor of the Broncos. It's 2.5 just about everywhere else in favor of the Broncos. A total of 41 to 41 and a half. So, Adam, I look at this. It is a Raiders team that is in complete disarray. We know we got the quarterback crying after games. We've got players coming out and saying that things aren't right and can't get chemistry right, et cetera, et cetera. Then you get the old vote of confidence for the coach. You know, I mean, anytime you get the vote of confidence, that's great. That means if you have to get a vote of confidence, then things are not going very well, you know, in your organization. So I look at this game and I'm like, hey man, show me something to bet on here. I mean, Denver games, guys, Denver games, this defense that we've preached every week on this podcast that is elite, and Patrick Surtain is the best cornerback in the NFL and all that. Denver games, because of the offensive futility and how good the defense is, have gone 104 points under the total this year. 104 points under the total this year because the offense sucks so bad, but the defense is so good. Here's the other one. If the Broncos, and I know if, whatever. If the Broncos had scored at least 18 points in every game this year, they would have one loss. They would have one loss on the season if they had scored just at least 18 points in every game. Adam, look, it would have to be Broncos or pass for me. There's no pulse even for this Raiders team anymore, but trying to back this offense, air quote, offense for the Raiders, I don't know. Hard for me to do. I mean, for the Broncos, I should say.
So my first dog had a habit of waking up in the middle of the night and needing to throw up. And I became trained to the sound. Like I would hear him, and I'm going to lean very close to the microphone for this. and then
you knew exactly what was happening.
And then there it was, right? Like there it was. It's like, okay. And I became a ninja at scooping him off the bed and getting him onto the area rug where I knew I would be able to clean it up. Or if I were really lucky, into the bathroom onto the tile so that this would be a much easier cleanup. That sound is what is in my head as I think about the Raiders playing the Broncos this week, because that's the kind of game I expect out of these two teams. And at 2.5 up to 8.5, why not the Raiders on a teaser? Why not? Because what about the Denver offense says to you that they're beating anybody by more than 8 points? That would be insanity. They don't have that in them. So if you're going to play this game, it's a Raiders teaser leg. But if you would prefer not to hear the sound of a dog vomiting in your head for 3 hours, then don't watch it.
Yes, I agree. Listen, the only thing that points towards Denver in this thing, and again, it would mean that Denver would actually have to do something with this offense, is that the red zone defense for this Raiders team has been the craziest bad red zone. Opponents have scored on 21 of 29 touchdowns, not scored. They've scored touchdowns on 21 of 29 red zone possessions. They have gotten into the end zone 72% of the time that they have gotten in the red zone against this Raiders defense. And so if Russell Wilson can somehow trip and fall and complete a pass or something like that, they're going to score a touchdown, because like the Raiders just give up touchdowns left and right when it comes to whatever. But again, I just don't know. Steven probably has a bet, because like that's the kind of sicko he is.
I don't. I'm evolving. I have no bet in this game, but it would be the teaser leg on the Raiders if I was. I will admit that. That's what I had there. I see them getting shut out by the Saints 26-0 on any given week, and it makes me nervous as well. I like this idea, by the way, of having our favorite headlines of the week mixed into the pod. Adam had his for Heineke. Mine was that the Raiders are too cash poor to fire Josh McDaniels. I was laughing hysterically. I don't know if Mark Davis was an FTX investor or he's spending too much time on the tables on the strip. But Adam, what's going on, man?
Well, the problem is haircuts are way more expensive in Vegas.
But that's a true
those
story.
bowls are expensive.
That's a true story, though.
It is.
Everything's more expensive in Vegas.
What do you pay for a haircut, Matt?
Listen.
Oh, we get too personal. Is that too personal?
Come on, man.
It's the moneymaker. Don't make him drag the moneymaker.
Every 3 weeks on the dot, I have to put it on the calendar, and I go in every single 3 weeks on the dot. Like I have an appointment.
Is it a salon or is it a barbershop?
It is a salon.
Yeah, that was easy.
It is a salon.
Hey, when you're in professional content making,
do you see this? Look at this.
Buffon. I had Quaff. Okay, Buffon works.
Yeah. Real quick though, Adam. Okay, 41 and a halves are out there, right? I mean, like, are these teams playing in the 20s? I mean, I understand it's a low total, but like, are these teams playing in the 20s?
How many points did they score the first time they played? 55 total.
It was the one good game Russell Wilson's played all year. It was the one, but it's also the Raiders having scored 32 in that game. And the one thing that has not changed, with the exception of the New Orleans game, is that the Raiders actually are doing their part in scoring a few points, right? Even last week against the Fighting Saturdays, they still scored 20. So, I mean, again, the Broncos might not do their part, but if there's ever a team, as you just said, where they're going to do their part, it's going to be against the Raiders. So I'll skip the total.